So today we're here with Ross McLaren, aka Apazo, YouTube manager for Clix. Who is Apazo?
I am some kid from Scotland who enjoys gaming and making content, and I somehow was able to blend the two.
How did you get into content creation and editing in the first place?
Yeah, so back in the day when Fortnite, it was probably like 2018, 2019, I like really wanted to be a Fortnite pro. That was kind of my main goal. I wanted to play professionally, and a couple of my friends were kind of trying to do the same thing, like my friends from school. And I very quickly realized that I wasn't good enough, and I don't think I ever was going to be good enough. But I still kind of wanted to be involved in the scene, and I kind of had made some friends. And at school, I'd like been editing like small projects for like English class, like we'd been making short films and stuff. So I was like, why not put the two together and start editing videos for free for a bunch of small YouTubers and Fortnite streamers, and it kind of built on my portfolio, kept going. And then I was like 3 or 4 months in, and I wasn't really going anywhere. So I was like, okay, one more chance. A friend of mine recommended me this guy from America, and I didn't really want to work with any US players because like I wanted to be in the EU scene. So I was like, well, I'll give it a shot. He had like 10,000 subscribers. Um, and then I started working with him. We got to like 40,000 subscribers, and then he won the Fortnite World Cup, and that was Booga. And we went from like 50,000 to like 500,000 like overnight. It was pretty crazy. And then luckily he kept me on, and things just kind of kept going from there.
So you were doing kind of stuff on the side with Booga, and
Yep.
it just happened to be that he exploded after winning the World Cup. And
Yeah.
that's what kind of boosted you. That was your first jump start to your career.
Yeah. So kind of just being prepared at the right time. And yeah, I was very fortunate that he kept me on. And as he blew up, it kind of blew up my stuff as well. Obviously on a much smaller scale, but within kind of the editing and YouTube space, like it helped me a lot. And then kind of set me up, introduced me to Clix, and kind of met some other clients, and things just kind of kept going from there.
So what inspired you to get into the gaming sector specifically?
Yeah. I don't know. Gaming was kind of just something I did my whole life. So growing up, I'm in a wheelchair, so I never really played sports or anything. So gaming was kind of my main thing that I did, kind of like my main escape. Like it kind of put me on like a even playing field with all my friends. Like back at school, I couldn't really play sports with them and compete with them and play football or rugby or whatever. So, but when we came home and played video games, like that was like I was even with all of them and I could beat them. Well, until I kinda go into, like, the pro scene where I realized I was not good enough, but compared to my friends back home, I used to do alright. I was born with a rare muscle disease called central core myopathy, and basically it's, it, like, affects your muscle growth, so my muscles don't grow at, like, the same rate as everyone else. But I can still move my arms and legs and still feel everything. My legs aren't strong enough to hold my body weight. That's what I loved about my online life and career is I could kind of nobody really saw it. Like they kind of just saw my upper half or just heard my voice, and I could kind of be a different person. And I never really told anyone about it until like a couple of years into my career.
Got it. Let's shift more back to the content side of things.
Yeah.
So what is Apazo doing these
Yeah.
days?
So I stopped editing like maybe 2, 3 years ago. When I was working with my clients and kind of realized that uh, we needed more manpower, and my my time was better spent kind of overseeing the channels rather than editing. I just kind of we have a team of like 15 editors, or 15 editors, managers, and designers. So my day to day is just kind of making sure that all channels are running smoothly, making sure the editors are completing their tasks on time, making sure videos are going out on time, making sure the managers know what videos are going out and how they should be going out, and kind of more bigger picture, I'd say, like working on long term video projects and kind of just the overall general health of the channels. I'm like Clicks is like hand for YouTube, I guess, like so he can kind of be less hands on, and I can kind of be his point of contact, and then everything else goes out from me. So he can be like, "Oh, how's this video doing?" Or "How's that video doing?" Like, "I want to do this video." I'm like, "Okay, go make that happen." Like, speak to who I need to. get the editors involved, just to kind of streamline the process a lot for Clix. So yeah, it's mainly like the Clix team, but it's kind of a lot of the guys are kind of guys that I've met over the years when I previously did have my own agency, kind of brought them on to Team Clix.
What advice would you give to aspiring content creators?
Yeah, I would say, well, number one, consistency is super important. Um, that not only for your audience and for the YouTube algorithm, but I think also for the creator themselves to keep in a routine and kind of keep their goals aligned. I think it can help with burnout as well. Like as long as your routine's not super over the top and crazy, like even if your routine's like posting once a week, like if you keep that kind of goal that you want to post every day on like Sunday, I think it's really good. It can really help with managing um your time, and yeah, it can help you structure kind of your life as a content creator, as that can be pretty random and all over the place a lot of the time.
What sets a creator like Clix apart from the rest of the gaming community?
I think Clix's just love for gaming is what shines so kind of brightly for me and kind of makes him stand out above the rest. Is he genuinely loves playing Fortnite and he genuinely loves what he does. Like I don't think there's many other content creators who would pull as many viewers as him and you know have achieved the things he's done, but still want to compete at the highest level and still want to scrim every day and put in that work and energy. It's really something that I admire about him. That he really still has that competitive drive and wants to keep winning. And obviously, he loves playing the game and loves competing. And for someone at his size and the level of achievements, it's super cool to see.
You are responsible for almost every single piece of content that comes out from the Clix brand. You
Yeah,
are managing all of Clix's content creation. So all the impressions, the numbers, the subscribers, the followers, all of that is gained by you and your team that Clix creates in raw form. And you are responsible for spreading that out and growing his brand on a continuous basis.
yeah,
Awesome. All right, so Apazo, this segment, you are someone who grew up in Scotland and has been to the US a little bit, correct?
yeah.
So we want to compare the two a little bit. So I'm going to give you some topics, some just overall concepts, and I want you to say which one is better and why.
Okay, I like that.
Okay. So the first one is going to be food. Is food better
Ooh,
in Scotland or the US?
I think I got to give it to the U.S. U.S. for well, okay. There's U.S. for like taste and like enjoyment, but for like healthiness, like I feel like I was eating a lot more healthy back home in Scotland. But in the U.S., like food tastes great out there.
Got it. So now what about weather?
Weather, definitely the U.S. Well, especially where I mostly am, like over in Dallas. When I'm out there, the weather is usually pretty awesome. But back in Scotland, it's like pretty much rainy and gray skies all the time.
What about cost of living?
Cost of living, uh, I think Scotland is probably better. I don't know.
What's
I actually don't
cheaper?
know.
What's cheaper to live, would you say?
Healthcare and free in Scotland, and you well, actually, okay, yeah, I'll say Scotland because like university's free and healthcare is free and everything.
Okay, fair. Next one's gonna be overall community vibes of the people there.
Ooh, I gotta give it to Scotland just because I feel like in this city I'm from, I feel like a lot of people know
Mhm,
each other, and it's kind of hard to go anywhere without knowing someone that knows someone.
mhm,
Like especially when I go out with my friends from home, we go to like a pub or something. There's at
mhm.
least always someone random that you'll run into that you know from like school or just from friends of friends.
Last topic is music.
Okay, music. Oh, I think I gotta give it to America. My favorite artist is Mac Miller, and he's American, so I think I gotta go with that. Although there is some good Scottish music. I used to play bagpipes growing up, and I don't know some of that. That was pretty fun for a while.